Here for week 4.
Let's go.
Versus the Giants, man. So Andrew, James, Kyle are all in for the live talking pregame for the Giants game that's coming up. So hopefully you go 4-0 this week against the Giants. So big game ahead of us, guys. So we're just going to jump into the show and get things rocking and rolling and talk about this big matchup. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys.
Boat Bros. Let's go.
Kermit here, man. You watching the Boat Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Charter blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Boat Bros on the beat, lead stream. Chargers rocking speeds, Sonic supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Boat Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
Yo, we got to sign Big 99 right there on the team. What?
Man.
Actually, no, that's Jamari Caldwell, dude. That's Caldwell right there.
Yeah, dude. Hey, Caldwell's been a stud for us, man.
Oh,
I mean, the more that you look at his film, the more you're just like, goodness gracious, man. What a great pickup for the Chargers.
Oh, big time.
An elite tackle for that D-line. And there was I think it was a video that you might have sent over, Andrew. Maybe I was just looking at something else, but they were emphasizing a lot about Jamari Caldwell next to Tier Tart and just how much he does block destruction and allows everybody else to just get into there. But also, he has this great ability to go out there and freaking make sacks and create pressures. It's a phenomenal to have a 340-pound dude that could just go out there and be a beast for us. So I love it.
Yeah. Destruction, man. That's big. Hey, guys, also, here's the new merch right here, Bolt Bros podcast. What do you think of that, huh?
It's pretty sick, man.
Give it a like or not a like down in the comments down below. But here's the other one right here as well. So this is black though. It should be navy, but it's black. So it's a little bit off color wise, but it still looks pretty sharp though as well.
Great.
So yeah, let us know what you guys think of the new merch. This is based off the Padres logo, right? So this is a Padre fit right here.
Yeah, we call it the SD dad hat, I believe is what they call it as. So
just admitting that us kind of ripping off other people. That's cool, but it's cool.
Hey,
you know?
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong
with that, baby. Nothing wrong with that, baby. Man. But man, how are you guys feeling so far about week 4? You know, so far, just kind of give you guys a quick recap. How are you feeling going into week 4, I should say, more than anything? I mean, it was great being at the game last week, being at the stadium, finding that wave where you go ahead and win this one on a game-winning field goal by Cameron Dicker. Amazing to see. But Kyle, what was your thoughts after week 3 and now going into week 4? What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, I could tell you like what my thoughts were in the fourth quarter is that, man, we was about to lose this thing. I think the entire stadium was quiet. You know, like Broncos fans and Chargers fans, like they all saw it coming. We were just like, okay, this is going to be a coin toss here at the end of this game. And sure enough, but, you know, that was actually, it was huge that we actually came out on top on that, you know, because actually Justin Herbert closed it. 2 amazing drives. Defense stepped up, got that 3 and out. We just made it happen, man. That was an incredible thing to happen. So like, it's really does start to feel like the worm has turned, but I ain't going to be super optimistic about it just yet because that needs to happen in a playoff game before I really get too high on my my team here, you know. So that's where my caution is right now.
I get it. You know, still a long season ahead. We'll see where it all leads. But Andrew, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, it was just awesome being there. And you know, bottom line, this team is different this year. I think they have the talent to be successful and run the Jim Harbaugh offense. I think bottom line, you know, I think they have all the players. I think we have enough of a good enough team. We could stay healthy. We could go deep into the playoffs. I really, truly believe that. And I think, you know, and I've said this over and over again, there's only 10 teams that matter in the NFL. The other teams just get participation trophies. That's all they are. They're just there. You know, they're speed bumps, if you will, you know, so, you know, again, I just feel like we have the right players. We have the right talent. If we can stay healthy, I think we're going to be fine, man. But it was exciting to see Justin Herbert get his flowers. Everyone's like, eating their words. Acho just recently came out and apologized and, oh, I was wrong. And so it's good for these people to finally shut up about their nonsense about Justin Herbert.
That was not an apology. That was the most insincere, disingenuous pile of shit I've ever heard in my life. Oh, yeah, okay, he apologized, quote unquote, but then literally just 30 seconds later, he was like, "Oh, I wasn't wrong before, though."
Yeah, that is true. He did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, man. I mean, back then he hated on us, and then he decided, all right, I'm wrong on him. But then again, I was right about him. And the big part of it is that Chargers have a coaching staff around Herbert, and it takes a team to have a successful team too. On top of that, you got basically adults in the room, like we talked about. Jim Harbaugh, Jesse Minter. We met Joe Ortiz over in Thunder Alley, which was super sick to basically see him and meet him. Love to have him on the podcast, which just to kind of probe his brain just a little bit further. But he's got the right guys around Justin Herbert right now. And we're going to actually show a couple slides here, a little bit about some of our players that are around him. Way different than what he's had in the last couple seasons too, that have really given him this MVP type trajectory for 2025. So it's exciting times ahead for these Charger fans and Chargers in general. So it's great times.
Agreed.
Jumping into the slides real quick, we got I think it's hilarious. Jaxson Dart and Younghoe Koo on their way to save the Giants season. Now, Giants don't have their kicker right now, so they just went out and signed Younghoe Koo, who has been pretty shaky of recent, especially if you've watched any of the last Falcons games of him hitting field goals for whatever reason. It's just not working for him. I mean, he was one of the most accurate kickers in the league to now he's not one of the most accurate kickers in the league. He is all over the dang place. And Falcons obviously kicked him off the team. And now they got, I know his last name is Romo. There's their new kicker over there. And it's hitting field goals, which is what you should do. And now you got Jaxson Dart over here trying to hopefully save their season when they're 0-3. And we'll see where it ends up going with these guys, but it is a bumpy ride for the Giants right now. And I will also say one other thing too. I predicted that Jaxson Dart is going to start against the Chargers by week 4 because I have zero trust in Russell Wilson. I think he's like 0-8 for his last 8 games. Like, the dude is terrible. Like, he is not a good quarterback by any means, and they have to try out Jaxson Dart at this point.
Well, and I also think Brian Daboll's got to do something. I think he's got to try and save his job. He should have been fired a while ago. And it's especially incriminating that Danny Dimes goes to the Colts and is just elite, right? Crazy. Like, okay, dude, like, this guy, you're clearly a clown. Like, you're clearly a clown. Like, I'm sorry. Like, how could you not make that guy successful? And he goes to another offensive coordinator, Shane Steichen. By the way, Shane Steichen was Justin Herbert's OC when he was a rookie, had arguably his best rookie season underneath Shane Steichen, and makes him look absolutely elite. I'm sorry, dude. It's because you're a clown. Like, you're a clown. Like, whatever you're doing is wrong. So it's Brandon Staley-esque. It's the same garbage that we dealt with Brandon Staley. Right. So, yeah, he should be gone, and I don't care. He's just a clown. So, anyways, that's just kind of my take on it. But I mean, a rookie's not going to fix the Giants. He's just not going to fix it. He won't do it.
100%. Yeah, it's definitely a coaching situation over there at the Giants. Daboll has not been good at all for a long time. And it's actually glad, because we were actually thinking about that like beforehand. It's like, well, we could have had Daboll versus Staley at one point. And obviously it would have been a dumpster fire both ways. So,
either way, it would have been bad. Interesting thing, and you brought up the whole thing about Daniel Jones too. And, I've always said that there's certain systems that players could thrive in. It could be even different teams that they could thrive in too. And when Daniel Jones got let go with the Giants, he went over to the Vikings. Whatever it is, Kevin O'Connell has this golden touch to get the best out of their quarterbacks. Now, I can't say that strictly about J.J. McCarthy so far. Obviously, he's had a lot of injury situations, but you go back to kind of like Sam Darnold when he was there. Sam Darnold basically killed it and then ended up moving on and ended up now as a starter for the Seahawks, and I think is doing well, and they should essentially be 4-0 at this point, too. Whatever it is, Daniel Jones went over there for the very short amount of time with the Vikings, ended up going to the Colts, and guess what? He's looking good over there too. Kevin Kevin O'Connell has some sort of way that he could kind of connect with the quarterback and get them right kind of quickly, which is an amazing thing for any quarterback out there right now, too. I think, what is it, Carson Wentz that's the starter right now that's actually looking pretty good, which is, whoa, Carson Wentz has been dead in the water for a while now, too. So really interesting thing. But golden touch, Kevin O'Connell, he has the ability to get the best out of the quarterbacks.
Well, I think Shane Steichen made it real simple, though, too. And he said, just keep it really simple for your quarterback. Keep it really easy to understand and really easy to execute. You don't have to overthink your reads. Here's 1, 2, 3. Here's your progression, and that's it. Right. Don't overcomplicate things, because I think sometimes, like when you start having these choice routes, all these things, that can get pretty complicated, right? So where this is kind of an interesting conversation is Greg Roman's offense is actually quite complicated because they have a lot of choice routes, and so it's not as easy. Like if we're playing man, okay, you're supposed to run this. If we're playing zone, you're supposed to run this. You're against zone, so it is a little more complicated the way that he manages it. So, yeah, I mean, I think bottom line, Shane Steichen is a very good offensive coordinator, and he's going to be a good head coach. I mean, he's clearly got those guys going. Yeah. So.
Yep. I mean, this game is big for the Giants, too. And I am going to just throw out one other thing here, too. If they're playing for their jobs, they essentially, my opinion, I think they have 3 games that they basically need to see something out of Jaxson Dart.
Yep.
Because then their bye week is in the next 3 games. So, which is not a very easy road outside of one game for the next 3. So obviously they play the Chargers at New York, then they play the Saints in New Orleans, and then they play the Eagles back at New York on a Thursday night. And then essentially they kind of have like a bye week from that point. So basically the way I view it,
they play the Saints next after the Chargers?
Saints after us. Yeah. Wow. And so it's kind of like could be 2 of the worst teams in the NFL.
Yeah, I was going to say, that could be the case. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm basically saying is that I think if there is a chance that if they are going to say, hey, we're going to move on from Brian Daboll at this point, this could be basically the 3-game spread to say, hey, can you see something out of Jaxson Dart or not? If you don't see anything out of it, do they decide to make a move at that point? So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But Jaxson Dart and Younghoe Koo are on their way to try to save this season. We'll see about that. It's gonna be a tough road for them, guys. Tough road. So
yeah.
Moving on to the next slide real quick here too. Me as a Chargers fan, shout out to No Limit Bolts on this meme, because that's exactly where my head was at with this one. Me trying to figure out if week 4 is a trap game or just my Chargers anxiety doing laps. And yeah, if you guys know the scene from The Hangover, it's like all the little like mathematical things that are going on around him and everything too. That's exactly where my head's at. Like, could this be a trap game? Could be one of those games where things shift. Obviously, we know who Russell Wilson is. He's not that good of a quarterback.
Yeah,
I predicted that he was going to get benched by week 3, and he did, or at least by week 4. Excuse me. And Jaxson Dart was going to start week 4. So, yeah, is it anxiety? I don't know, but I mean, these are one of those games that you're like, holy smokes, man! Like, this could be one of those games where all of a sudden, just like, could be a trap game. But I think pound for pound, Chargers have much more talent in a lot of different ways, and they also have a much better coaching staff on top of that to keep you mentally locked in every single week.
Yeah.
Facts.
And I think let's not overcomplicate this conversation with this team, right? Pretty much their defensive line has to absolutely obliterate our offensive line to really give them an opportunity to win, statistically speaking. Right now, Jaxson Dart is going to try to do a lot of different things like that, but I just wouldn't overcomplicate it. And my one buddy, he's a Giants fan. He's like, oh, Scatterbo is going to run all over you guys. I'm like, yeah, come on, man. Like, their offensive line isn't that great, but Scatterbo's a good rookie running back, but, we'll see.
I mean, I've seen some footage of Scatterbo. Apparently he's
fantastic. Yeah.
He's fantastic. He's like running, and trying to get a CTE concussion situation going,
Exactly.
Like, I mean, he's like very physical out there. You're like putting his head down and getting his in there, like, and leading with that. And it's like, this guy's asking for it, like, and not wanting to be a Frank Gore kind of thing where he wants to play for like 20 years, so.
Well, to give you a good example, the Giants give up almost 27. They give up 27 and almost 28 points a game, whereas they score 17, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
complete flip-flop.
Complete flip-flop. But the Chargers are scoring around 23. So I would think the Chargers score close to 30 this game. Anyway, we'll see what happens. You never know, right? But
never know.
But Jaxson Dart's when you start talking about being a trap game, Jaxson Dart's going to see one thing: zone defense. The Chargers run zone defense more than any team in the NFL. It's quarter zone, and guys, the defensive line has looked amazing. I think Eddie said it earlier. Here we go, right here. Unsung heroes: Tart, Caldwell, Han, and Naquan Jones, and Aboigbe. By the way, Aboigbe has been running the edge quite a bit too with Mac out. So
yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's one of those things. You go back to the preseason. We talked about the D line. Does it have enough?
Yep.
And it really goes back right to Jesse Minter. Jesse Minter's doing a phenomenal job once again, getting the best out of their players. And some of those players that are actually signed on our D line are 1-year contract kind of guys. So things might kind of rotate a little bit for this D line next year if they continue to have this trajectory of where they're going thus far this year. So we'll see. But we got a lot of money to spend next year too. But we'll see where this game ends up going. But moving on just quick to the next slide. Division chances are looking good for the Chargers. Obviously, when you go 3-0 against your division, you have fantastic ability to basically win the division at this point, which would be a great thing after 10 years or whatever it's been. The Chiefs have dominated the stupid division for division wins, and maybe the Chargers could be that one. Long season ahead, but it's a great start for the Chargers at this point, and you got to love seeing the Raiders there in their lowly 2.4 percentage just to basically get in this division.
Yep, that's the greatest thing.
Womp womp womp.
Oh, nobody likes the Raiders. I was playing softball, and there's so many Raider fans out there, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I want to barf every time I see a Raiders hat or something like that.
How is there Raiders fans out here in Utah, bro? What the heck, man?
I don't even know. Right? I don't even know. I'm just like, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway,
feels like that's a kind of disgrace to the state, Like,
it is.
Yes.
It's like, like, how can you be a Raiders fan and Christian at the same time? Doesn't make sense.
By the way, my question though is this: I swear the Chargers were like 65% chance of winning. What was that, like week 2, right? And then so how did we go down? Was it just
it's because the Chiefs won, I believe, and kind of like shifts things around. So
I guess it does make sense. So
yeah. But that's where it's looking like so far. Yeah, and Carlos Keenan Allen will reach 1,000 career catches this game. He needs 7 catches basically to get to that point. It'd be one of the fastest ever to do that for this game, or in the career, or at least in the NFL, to get to 1,000, which is incredible to think about, because there's been times that Keenan Allen has been injured for the season, and it's pretty incredible to think that he has this ability that he could be the fastest wide receiver to 1,000 catches too. And remember, he's trying to catch up to Antonio Gates too, so to be the Chargers all-time receiving record too. So,
yeah, what is that? Was it like 59 at the beginning of the season, something like that?
So it was like 53, I think, is what he needed to make it happen. So he's chasing him, man. He's trying to get there, man. So I think it's pretty incredible to see what Keenan Allen's done. Been probably one of our best free agent pickups thus far this season too. So
yeah, we're going to talk more about the wide receiver core as well too. But it is interesting. I think that dude, it could be a special trio out there. I'm just hoping we can all stay healthy this entire season. So it's been exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Kyle, you want to do a sleeper right now? We might as well jump into it, and then we'll start jumping into the game after that. So
sure,
let's get that sucker fired up.
Yeah, here we go.
Word from our sponsor.
Here.
I got a sec.
All right, you got to move yourself up to the top there, dude.
Bang, hey, look at that! Wow, this is cool.
All
this is very exciting, guys.
Very exciting. Very excited. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get into the sleeper picks here. We'll do the pick of the week for the Chargers, and just so you guys know, I am absolutely garbage at this. So
they don't need to know this. They don't need to know this. Again, guys. Just so you guys know.
Well, let me just show you my last Thursday pick. Give you guys an update on that. So we go for the fences, though. Like we do.
We go big or we go home. That's it.
That's right. That's it.
High percentage returns. That's what we're looking at.
This was a 15x kind of bet right here, but we hit on 4 of them. but Benson and Walker did not do what they needed to do today. So
not cool, dude.
Terrible. But let's do some picks on the Chargers, though. Like, or do we want to do picks on the Chargers? Because
Chargers, of course. Come on now.
But here's the problem. If we have to pick the opposite side as well, no, we can't just.
Of course,
yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Giants, why not?
That's no. That's just we can bet against them. Let's see what we can do here. Where's the game?
By the way, leave a comment down below if you guys have the Sleeper app and if you guys have used it all. Again, you get a $100 match up to $100 using code Bolt Bros as well too.
Mm-hmm.
So link is in the description below.
Okay, Herb to get maybe 2 touchdowns. I think that's
2 touchdowns. Well, if we know the Giants are 27 points this game, or at least what their defense has been basically giving up, I think it's a pretty safe bet to where he should get two throwing touchdowns in this one.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 passing touchdowns for Herbs.
Yep, more or less. So you're doing more on that one.
Yep. Do more. Yep. Scatterboo to get a touchdown. I don't want to do that one.
Nah.
Okay. Keenan Allen to get a touchdown.
Okay.
So he's been consistently getting one every single game so far.
One a game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not? So he's the one of the receivers of that one.
Hit him more on that one for sure. Man, there is a lot of over or more or less on the half.
Like what's Malik Neighbors there? What is that?
Anytime touchdown for this thing as well. So
yeah, I would do that one.
Neighbors.
They're gonna gas him up, dude. They're gonna do nothing but throw the ball.
100%.
He's
pretty much their offense. It's going to be Scatterboo and Neighbors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then that makes a ton of sense. It's funny, in the preseason, I talked about that. I said, if Jaxson Dart plays, he's going to basically connect crazy with Malik Neighbors, like what he did with Trey Harris at Ole Miss. It's the same thing. Now, you also do got to think of Wan'Dale Robinson too, who's actually a pretty good wide receiver for the Giants also too. So,
okay.
But I think Malik Neighbors obviously is going to get a ton of targets this game.
Yeah.
They're going to scheme him up as much as possible.
So
and then over and under for 51 yards for Quinton.
Yeah, more or less.
More or less. Yeah,
more or less. Yep.
I would say more.
We could do a little less on that one too. We don't have to do 50. We can do 40 plus. So that gives us a little bit better odds on something too. So let's do that. Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, so we're at 9.4x.
Let's go.
Okay. Also, and by the way, while you guys were talking, I did do a Jaxson Dart, but I did an alternate pick where it was 150 yards that he's going to get more than.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, just keep the numbers low for him.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I think again, even if we run the ball a ton, they might have to be chasing.
Yeah.
To get more points anyways in yards, right? So
exactly.
Love it.
So yeah, that makes sense.
So, I feel like we should lock that in. We're at 10x on that one.
9.4, but that's cool. Actually, you know what? We can be a little bit more because I'm gonna hit it with a booster here. Yeah.
See here. See how this is you. You getting greedy.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we're swinging for the fences.
A big return.
He's trying to get that Lamborghini, dude. That's what he's trying to get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'm trying to take my wife out to dinner, man. Shoot.
There we go. Baby, get what you want. Get that steak. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Get that lobster. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's good. All right, here we go. So that's it. Herbs to get 2 touchdowns today, passing touchdowns, by the way, not rushing.
Yep.
So that is gonna be like my biggest problem. I'm like, if he rushes it in, I'm gonna be like, no. But see, maybe that's just it. Is there no anytime touchdown for this one? Pick.
I think that would be probably. I think Herbert is going to cook in this one.
Yeah,
and why I'm going to say that is that Giants are the 5th worst against the pass, at giving up about 252 yards per game right now, and then they are, as a total defense, they are the 2nd to last.
There you go.
So they are 31st in the league in a total defense of giving up 405 yards per game. So they're getting smoked right now. Like absolutely.
Yeah. Their defensive back unit's horrible. We just got to block them up. Yep. If we block them up, we'll be fine. I think they should come out with the same offense that we had against the Chiefs. If we do that, go max protect, I think we'll be fine.
Love it.
All right.
You locked that in, Kyle?
Locked it in. Yep. That's it.
You bet $10,000?
I bet the $5. Just I
$5.
put $5.
Big money. Okay,
Big money. Yeah, you know.
Big money.
No big deal. All right.
That's fantastic, man. But once again, check out Sleeper, guys. Use Bolt Bros to match your $100 deposit. You'll get basically $200 to work on predictive stat for any players in any sport out there for you guys, which is pretty phenomenal, guys. So it's a great app all around. But to just jump right back into the slides here, guys, we got all whites for this game. Woo! Looking real fresh and clean.
We're iced out.
Iced out. I love it.
Yes.
White top to bottom. Let's go. And
I really do like the white, the all white like that. It's nice to see the players on it, but I don't like wearing white jerseys myself because they get so dirty so fast.
Oh, for real.
Oh my God.
I know you're eating nachos. It is get on that. Oh, I have
drinks, like just whatever,
I have a what is it? A Doug Flutie jersey and it's white. And man, I look on it and I'm like, man, I got so many stains on this thing. I don't even know how that's even possible, dude.
I know. I got that Phillip Rivers jersey, and it's still like
that's right.
Big old, I don't know. There's like this big old brown spot. I'm like, damn, did I spill some Coca-Cola on this thing or something? Like, what happened to that? I don't even know, man.
It looks clean though. I love this setup here. All whites. It's gonna look great. White pants, white socks, white jerseys, looking fantastic. So
white underoos.
White underoos.
I never liked the white, and man, it is just grown on me, man. It's just so clean now. Yeah. I'm down.
People are saying that a lot about the yellows and the sunshine yellows and everything too. So people are starting to say, "Hey, I'm kind of feeling that a little bit more now." So
well, it could be. It looks like the banana football, dude.
Yeah.
Banana. No, it really is. I mean, because the head is white, so it's like the banana has peeled a little bit on top, So it's like you just eat the banana. Yeah,
love it.
Oh, that's terrible.
Jumping over to the game preview picks, they have basically a clean sweep for the Chargers throughout, so they're saying they're going to win them. Adam Rank even gave us a pretty defined win of 21-6.
Hey, Adam, stay in your lane, bro.
Yeah.
we don't. Hey, you ain't with us when we're 5-1, so don't be with us when we're 1-5, or whatever the opposite thing, So
we don't need you, Adam Stank.
Yeah, we don't need you, Adam Stank. Yeah,
we don't need you, Stanky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
jinxing us over here too, man. Come on now. Come on, dog. I think pretty much most people that I've seen, they're choosing the Chargers to win this one. And,
Get your ass.
Yeah.
but again, statistically speaking, we should win this game, no problem.
Yeah,
if we lose this game, I'd be like, what in the hell? Come on now. Well, come on now, dog.
That's like that meme said. This might just be a trap game for us. We're not. Just be prepared.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting. Daryl's over here asking the question about: are we all concerned about Dart? Cautiously optimistic, to be honest, but I do believe in us for the win. Now, there's a couple slides that we'll talk about that, but I think first off, it just starts with the mentality of this team, and the one thing I love about the Chargers and how these players are all talking about. I think Jim Harbaugh says something, the most important game's the next game kind of thing. And the one that's in front of us, essentially, at this point.
Exactly.
And they're not making these wins that they're at 3-0 right now. They're not saying, wow, we just beat the 3 division teams or whatnot, and we're on this high of some sort. What they're doing is they're like, cool, we got our job done. We business as usual. We're moving on to the next game. That's most important for us to basically go 4-0. You can't be 4-0 if you're not 3-0 kind of thing. Can't be 5-0 if you're not 4-0 kind of thing. So I think the mentality of this team has been just really, really good. And so I feel very confident about this team. Now, past Chargers teams, yikes, there's so many times that we thought, we could look at that schedule. We could go 3-1 or 4-0 or whatever, and then stumble type games. And so far we've looked great. And I think we've done a good job of finding ways to win our games. So
yeah, I truly believe though that look, I think we win this game by at least 10 points, if not more. But but again, if we just go there, handle our business, we'll be in fine shape. So I'm excited to see what happens. I'm also excited to see what happened with Dart. Dart is actually from Utah, Kyle. I don't know if you know that or not.
Yeah, I think I did hear that.
He's
Yeah.
a Utah boy. So,
Right. Well,
I was just chatting with a buddy of mine at the gym. He's like, "Oh, dude, I'm excited to see Dart." And I'm like, whatever. He's going to get,
well,
we're going to plant him like a flower, dude. You know what I mean? Come on now.
what was the name
Come
of
on
the
now,
MILF Hunter?
dog.
MILF Hunter. He's also from Utah, whatever.
Would you say MILF Hunter?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Zach
Oh,
Wilson.
Zach
Wilson.
Yeah, that's right.
Zach
So
Wilson.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, MILF. I completely
So,
forgot. I'm like, MILF Hunter. What you
that's
talking about?
not really too exciting to me to be like, okay,
No.
Utah boy, like, just hide your wives, hide your moms,
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
yeah.
Hide
Adam
your kids,
Skank, yeah.
hide your wives.
Mm-hmm.
So good, dude. But we should have a good one on this one. I think we should have a pretty easy time, in my opinion, on this one. But we'll chat more about this game now.
Well,
just to jump over the injury report here. Big thing too, Mekhi Becton is out this one.
Oh,
And
for real? Dang.
He is out for sure with the
Concussion
concussion
protocol.
situation.
Yep.
So not necessarily a good thing by any means, but it's also means that you're going to put Jamari Sawyer on the right side next to Pipkins. Now, Pipkins I was watching some highlights of the last game, and it was just, oh my gosh, man, that guy needs to learn how to plant his feet a little bit more. He always feels like he just allows himself to go backwards. And man, and I know he had some ankle situations at the last game. Well, it's showing at least a knee in this situation, but he needs to learn to be able to plant a little bit more. And I feel like he allows himself to go backwards too easily. So
yeah, and his footwork was really bad.
Really bad.
I like that question from Bolt Popper here, by the way. Like a shout out to Bolt Popper for being one of our subscribers, actually, for the show.
Hey,
thank you, Bolt Popper.
Yeah. I think we can trust Andre James. I mean, like, look, let's be honest. Like, I'm not a huge Bozeman fan. He's not been incredibly amazing, but he's been serviceable. Kind of like Andrew talks about his dating life,
I'm always serviceable.
Yeah.
I will say this though, questionable usually means they play, right? I think
usually.
I think he'll be there. So he'll at least go out, see how his back feels or whatever. And I think he'll play. But
yeah.
And even Elijah Molden, I wouldn't be surprised if Elijah Molden played also as well too.
Yeah, with him showing full on Friday, probably is a good sign that he's going to be out there.
Correct. But to your point, I do think though Andre James is fine. The question though is how is he going to manage the protections? Right? Are we sliding right, sliding left? The communication portion of that conversation is going to be interesting. Now, the other thought is, well, maybe he moves Zion Johnson to center and then brings maybe Andre James into left guard. But I don't know. I kind of doubt that'll happen either. Especially with this defensive line we're going up against. Those guys are freaking good.
They're good.
They're freaking good. Like that's by far their best. We got to stop them. So
I agree. Two players that will be out, Darius Davis, Will Dissly will be out. So you'll probably see a lot of Rondé Gadsden again in this game, which was not a bad thing at all for us in the last game. He did a phenomenal job. And if you watch actually Chargers Weekly, there's a pretty good interview with him too this week. So Darius Davis being out now probably means punt return, kick returns, probably through KLS, I assume at this point. Just because Omarion Hampton is basically going to be utilized a lot more as a starter now. So he's probably not going to be out there getting kicks too. So I assume KLS will be the guy who will be our kick returner, punt returner at this point, which is, I don't think, a bad thing. Give him some more field time.
And the other question would be, are we going to bring Kamani Vidal up? I would assume so. But nothing's been said about it. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And we kept expecting there to be some sort of transaction because of, injuries, obviously, Najee Harris getting hurt. We haven't seen any transactions yet. So it's a little bit concerning.
Well, I did see one thing that there on the transaction reports is that there was a trade with the Titans for I think it was I don't know if it was from us giving something to the Titans or if them giving it. I was kind of having a hard time understanding it, but it looked like the Titans traded a 7th round pick with us from the Chargers. Like it happened on Friday. Very quiet, little under the radar thing.
What?
There was something that happened.
Well, I know there's an Elijah Molden pick that we were giving.
So maybe that was it.
Future pick.
When we got Elijah Molden from them, we gave them a 7th round pick. And so the
Conditional
Titans,
pick, yes.
yeah. So the Titans did something else with that pick. So that's what it was. Because I saw our name pop up on that. And I was like, wait, how did this thing work? Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
So did they trade it to somebody else or what?
Yeah, I think they picked up a corner, a defensive back or something like that.
Oh, got it. Okay, so they used that conditional pick. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting because, that's actually really interesting.
Crazy.
Yeah. The conditional pick, I always wonder about those because they're so interesting. Like you're like, oh, yeah, conditional for what? Like, what's the conditions?
Yep. Yeah, and Lighthouse, yes, we just have Hampton and Hassan Haskins at this point for running back. So interesting thing to hear. But if you look at the Giants side of things, they got a lot of injuries throughout. Graham Gano is out. That's why they put in Younghoe Ko now too. Quincy Golston, he is out defensive line, so it starts kind of thinning out a little bit for that D line, especially with Rakeem. What's his name? Well, what's his dang name? I can't ever remember his name. Nunez.
Roches.
Yeah, he will probably be out with being doubtful. And then Tyrone Tracy is out, which also brings in Scatabo basically to be the starter. So I mean, even if you look at Andrew Thomas, who did play last week, he's limited. He should be good to go. But for the most part, man, they got a long list there, dude. And it's great to see that we don't have a long list, because how many times we've had with the Chargers these crazy long lists of injured players. And it's great to see that we're not seeing that as a big issue for us so far. So, but that's the injury report for the week. So we'll see where it ends up leading from here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lizard.
Lizard. That's so good.
That's right.
So Larry keeps talking about, is it a trade for Kayvon Thibodeau?
Oh man.
Yeah,
and some people talked about that. They're like, what if there was a chance that the Chargers would end up saying, hey, maybe we'll get basically Thibodeau basically on a trade? And it's been one of those guys that we talked about, I think, in the preseason and maybe leading into the season, of like going after a guy like that. Now, I think we're still kind of waiting. Obviously, we'll see where Khalil Mack's going to be. He's still got a couple weeks, so he's not going to be able to come back. And I don't even think 4 weeks is going to be enough for him and his arm to be fully operational. Because I mean,
fully operational.
Yeah, like it sounds like a Star Wars line there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but yeah, a dislocated elbow is generally you're not going to come back 4 weeks. Now, once again, Khalil Mack's a beast, and he's an absolute freak of nature. Maybe 4 weeks is enough, but I highly doubt that the way that looked.
Yeah.
But there's this chance that we could go after Thibodeau and find a way to get him on the bus with us. And hey, jump on the plane, bud. You're going to LA kind of thing. So who knows? But that would be pretty phenomenal if they do end up doing a trade like that.
Yeah. Beatel says rest players are questionable. Giants are tanking with rookies. Wouldn't surprise me, man. I mean, why? I mean, of course, I will say this. They have Jaxson Dart, right? Of course, the other thought is, you got Daboll trying to save his job, right? Clearly, he's probably trying to do everything he possibly can. Yeah. But, I mean, dude, that guy should have been fired last year, even the year before, in my opinion. But, whatever. So,
especially now that Danny Dimes is doing so good, and it's like, dude, all right, you had like a actually really great quarterback there potentially, and then you guys just totally wasted his talent. Like imagine that.
Crazy.
I mean, that's part of the reason why Anthony Lynn got fired. He was trying to say that Tyrod Taylor was better than Justin Herbert.
Unbelievable.
Get out of here, man.
Didn't make any sense.
Come on now.
Come on.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting as well. Okay, Brask Spicoli says bong his for everyone. Okay, let's get it, Spicoli.
Let's go, man.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go, man.
Get some eye drops afterwards.
Hey, you gotta figure out a way to function afterwards. Yep,
that's exactly right. Yeah, you don't want like red eyes,
Hey, taking phone calls all every day. I'm not interacting with people every single, and so I'm good.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Oh, that's so funny.
Jumping into just the game here too, just talk a little bit on the Chargers side of things. I mean, Justin Herbert's been an absolute menace so far this season. 2025, he's basically on an MVP trajectory at this point. I think even that last game against the Broncos and finding a way to score 10 points to pretty much to basically win the game, and finding a way to dig deep and go after 2 drives. It went 8 for 9, just absolutely played out of his mind. Kind of solidifies a little bit more of where his standings are in the MVP race now. But This right here, this chart, I thought was really good. It's the lowest turnover-worthy play percentage this season for quarterbacks, and Justin Herbert being number one at 0.7%, Josh Allen 0.8%, and Daniel Jones 1%, and Sam Darnold 1.2%. Now, the common denominator of these stats right here is these are all winning-based teams. They're not being stupid with the ball when they throw it. They're doing a great job of making sure that they end up throwing a good ball, making better decisions all around. So Justin Herbert's been playing phenomenal. He's putting the ball in the right place, not putting it at any sort of danger at some point. Even the interception that he had was a tipped pass any which way. But outside of that, Justin Herbert's playing phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's been amazing. It's interesting. Sam Darnold, I thought his career was done, dude. I thought his goose was cooked, all the above. And
oh yeah.
He's stepped up, man. And Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones, a lot of people like to call him that. I mean, he's been amazing. Again, bros, we're going to go to the Colts game. I would like to go to that game for sure. That'd be incredible. So
I'm planning on it.
It's kind of a tough one. I'm not 100% sure if I am going to be able to make it, though. I mean, it's still going to be in Vegas that weekend, and I'm kind of just like thinking, I'm like, well, that's only a 4-hour drive, like I'm like, might be able to do it. I don't, I just got to convince the lady, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Okay. We'll take that offline. So we'll have a conversation, but that'll be a good game.
No,
that'll be a fun game to watch.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So.
Yep, it'll be good. I mean, the Colts have a big matchup this weekend against the Rams, ironically, in SoFi too. So that's going to be kind of that barometer type game for them. Are they really going to be that team that we are seeing so far? I mean, I think the three opponents that they've played right now, Saints, I think it was Saints and Titans and Broncos at this point. I think that you can kind of say, like, are they really legitimate, like, wins or not too? So we'll see what it goes against the Rams. I think it's going to be a big one to find out if Daniel Jones is really that dude and the Colts are that team too. So,
by the way, this might be why we haven't seen a transaction. Dean Leonard and Josh Harris might be off the short-term IR after this week.
So
it would be interesting because because I thought that's right. Josh Harris might be back by now, so they might bring him back. And I remember Dean Leonard as well too. So that might be why we haven't seen a transaction this week. So could be.
Yeah,
because we were expecting something. Like I was like, what's going on here? Like, where are we going to grab somebody? So
yeah, sure, right.
Sure. Yeah, and that could be a possibility. I think it still needs to be 4 weeks going into the fourth week. I don't know if that means it activates him or you have to go after the fourth week.
Yeah,
too. So I'm not 100% sure on that one, but we'll keep an eye on it, guys. We'll keep you guys posted on what we see. We'll probably know something possibly this afternoon if there's going to be activations from the IR. So
yeah, it'll probably be as soon as we get off this. If there is something as soon as we get off this, we'll do a quick video afterwards updating you guys as well.
No doubt. But to just kind of emphasize a little bit on the offense on this one too. So obviously Omarion Hampton's the starting running back. Hassan Haskins is the running back 2. Kamani Vidal, we'll see where he's at from that point. Now, offensive line, Mekhi Becton not being on the right guard. You're going to put Jamari Sawyer, I think is fine. Just got to find a way to help out Pipkins a little bit more. And I do get worried that if something happens with Pipkins with his knee this game, that he might kind of end up not having that good of a game. I'm a little unsure of it. We'll talk a little bit about the D-line, which we've already talked a fair amount about with the Giants, but they got a good D-line that could really disrupt things. Yeah. And, that's the strength of their defense. Our offensive line needs to be very, very prepared for stunts, in my opinion. That's one thing. And then obviously with Bozeman in his back situation, now does that bring in an Andre James? Now it kind of almost is like a good game where you could even bring in an Andre James and probably feel okay about it. But then you have Andre James next to a Jamari Sawyer. You have two guys that are essentially second stringers on that line. So that interior gets a little bit exposed at that point. So
yeah, that right side would be pretty weak.
Yep.
All the runs will go to the left side, which is extremely predictable,
Yep.
So we'll see.
And Zion's been playing well too. I mean, next to Joe Alt, he's been actually looking really good this season. So offensive line is the one area that I would say that there's a point of concern. We can't have Herbert getting hit 14 times like he had last game.
Nope.
Like that's ridiculous amount of hits for a quarterback to take in one game. So I think it's one of the highest in quarterback history and for the Chargers, I believe. So
that doesn't include the sacks as well. He got sacked 5 times or something like that,
Yep.
So yeah, so he really realistically got hit 19 times, basically 20, you know?
Pretty
So
crazy. Pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
he was pressured, I think, 50% of the time.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
The 50% pressure rate is bad, guys. Like, that's not good.
Yeah.
Now, I would argue they're probably the best defense we'll probably play against this year, or one of the best defenses. You know, we play the Eagles. The Eagles are very good as well, too. But
Yep.
The Broncos do a good job of putting pressure on
Yep.
the QB.
That's the strength of their defense.
100%.
And, you know, with the Giants wise, I mean, they only have, I think, 7 sacks this season, which has a very, very good defensive line, like what we've talked about. So I think it's going to be an interesting battle there with the trenches for this one. Now, just to move on, this is the reason why Justin Herbert's an MVP kind of guy right now. Like, he has weapons around him. He's got Keenan Allen with 28 targets and 19 receptions, 194 yards, 3 touchdowns. Quentin Johnston, who has just been accelerating from even say like last year, guys. Remember, I think he had 8 touchdowns, 711 yards last season. Yeah, as a wide receiver too, that's pretty freaking good. Like, that's actually really good numbers. And right now his trajectory is ridiculous at this point with 15 receptions, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns, looking great. And Ladd McConkey, 15 receptions, 163 yards, no touchdowns, but 21 targets. Every single one of these wide receivers have over 21 targets thus far. I think the thing about Ladd McConkey is just getting a lot more, you know, eyes on him. They're just trying to basically shut him out to basically say, force it to Keenan Allen or Quentin Johnston.
Yeah.
Well, they're getting burned both ways. So pick your poison at this point, guys. Like, very, very difficult thing to basically find a way to cover all these wide receivers. And then you throw in a Rondé Gadsden, who had 5 catches last week and looked great and made clutch catches in those last couple drives too, by the way. So it's a very, very difficult offense to work with too, on this one. Now, I will say, going back to the offensive line, I think we do need to play a little bit of screen game. We've only done 1 screen play all season thus far. We need to basically throw it down to the flat a little bit more, like what we did against the Broncos with Omarion Hampton. I think there's a lot of ways that we could attack this. If the offensive line looks a little shaky, play the shorter game, play the way, basically just get into these wide receivers' hands, allow them to cook, kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Rondé Gadsden's interesting because he does make he's a very nice matchup problem, right? He's always going to be able to find an open spot in the zone, a lot like Travis Kelce and so on and so forth, right? These 3 guys, Allen, QJ, and McConkey, do a good job of getting open, but you cannot stop 4 people out there in the routes like that. So it'd be interesting also, you talked about KLS, if he is activated. And we don't know for sure that he is yet, but if he is activated, then could be an interesting situation with him. Because he's looked good too, you know. So we'll see if we see him out there also in some of these routes. So that'll be interesting. And then Lighthouse says Kamal Vidal is not activated at Mighty, so we'll see.
Gotcha. Like we talked about it before too. It's like, you know, all Keenan needs is 7 more catches to be the fastest player to have 1,000 receptions in his career. You know,
crazy.
Like it doesn't even have to be this game. You know, it could be like the next game, and he still beats it. You know, because I think he's 10 games ahead. You know,
crazy,
of getting
right?
to that thing. So that's awesome.
It's
you know,
crazy,
like, wait,
man.
how many yards did he need to surpass Antonio Gates in as far as yards
catches, too? It's catches.
It was catches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's catches, not yards. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So like, but I don't know how far he is away from that too. So it's like, he's already almost there. He's at least halfway there, I think, right? Or did he need like 50 this year? I think.
Yeah, it's like 52. I think is what he needed to have. So
got it. Yeah.
Yep.
So on the way. Let's go.
He's very well on his way right now. So like Antonio Gates at this point, obviously he's retired. He has, well, I mean, there's a chance that actually Keenan Allen, if he does about over 1,100 more yards, he could basically be the all-time yards for the Chargers. But also, Keenan Allen has 923 receiving or catches so far. Antonio Gates has 955. So he is dang close to making that happen here. He might even, at this rate, he potentially could have something about, you know, week 10 to 12. At this rate, he could basically break that record too.
Nice.
So pretty insane to see what Keenan Allen's been doing. But one of the best pickups basically this offseason for the Chargers for sure. And it was a late addition too. So And going back to that, just to kind of end this and button this thing up, Mike Williams versus Keenan Allen, almost in a weird way. Mike Williams retiring and bringing in Keenan Allen brings more of a problem for this offense, or at least defenses against us. Because with Ladd McConkey and Keenan out there, it is just very hard to cover both of those guys. Like, very difficult. And I think with Mike Williams is a little bit an easier situation on covering him versus Keenan Allen and Ladd McConkey. So it's fun to watch right now, guys. So it's fun to see that all these weapons for Justin Herbert at this point. So it's exciting to see this offense and how it's developing thus far. So
yeah.
But we got a super chat here, guys.
Hey, yo, Action Dan.
Action Dan, man. Thank you so much, my guy. Appreciate it.
Hey.
Let's go. So way too early overreaction. Omarion Hampton / Rondé Gatz in comparison to LT.
Ooh, wowzers.
Hey, look, the thing is, though, Omarion had a couple rips where it was just this close, and he knows that. And it was almost like we ended that Bronco game on a touchdown, too. He had that. It was like that close to where he could have took that to the house. And he is not that far off from basically being that guy. I mean, he had a phenomenal game. Total yards, I think, was about 136 yards total offensive yards last week. Rondé, man, looking good, dude. A guy that converted from wide receiver to tight end. And I think even on a blocking side of things, he didn't look bad at all, too, which is I still think is a work in progress. So,
yeah,
who knows? I'll take it, man. If we could get that and get a Super Bowl when I'm in.
I think I think, to your point too, Action Dan, I think Trey Harris is going to be awesome as well. And I think KLS will be awesome as well. So we have a lot of players behind our starters that are looking really good. Now, again, I do think our offensive line needs to be a little bit better. I do think we're a little bit weak on that right now. Would have been really nice for Rashawn Slater not to have been hurt. But it is what it is, right? So that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, there's some things that we could have improved on, whatever, with our hoping that we don't get those injuries. I mean, gosh, shout out to freaking Najee Harris. 5 years in the NFL, not a single injury. Before he even set foot, almost blew his eyeballs out, and then freaking, then of course, game 3, season ending. It's like,
sucks.
Unbelievable. Like, what are the odds of that?
Exactly, man. Exactly.
So, but thank you, Action Dan. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Hampton, Rondé Gatson, man. Gatson's gonna be good, dude. He really is.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, man. I'd love to see that duo. I mean, they will be together for a very, very long period of time too. So, and yeah, Jim Harbaugh's burner, man. You guys are killing it on the Roundtable show, man. Appreciate you, man, on that. We love going on that show, and right now it's hey,
kind of nice.
I love watching all the other teams' heads exploding, more or less. I mean, that's what's fantastic to me watching that. Samoan Raider and him talking about his confidence depleting, and it's going away. To Ryan's head is exploding at this point too, man. And and Marcus, he's just kind of being that steady guy because he understands the Chiefs and who they are. So. We'll see where it goes with this season, but it's a beautiful thing to kind of sit back and just put your hands behind your head and just
I don't know.
Roll.
I don't know what it's like to not be to lose a football game this year. It's so crazy.
I don't know.
What's that feel like, boys? What's that feel like?
It's difficult. It's real difficult, man. I don't even know what that's like.
Yeah.
Just to jump into a little bit on our defense here too. Hey, Dante Jackson's been balling out, and this could be easily another one of those pickups for the offseason that's been phenomenal for us. I was a little bit hesitant on who he was, but he's a guy that actually has played out phenomenal for this team. Think about last year with Christian Fulton too, like how off and on he was, where he'd have a great play and then just get smoked. Great play and then get smoked. Great play. Dante Jackson has allowed the lowest percentage or passer rating when targeted, 8.2 of any defender thrown it 10 times plus this season. He has been awesome for us. So only allowed 4 catches, 18 yards on 13 targets through week 3, and has yet to allow a 10-plus yards in a game. So this guy's been a stud for us. He's been an absolute stud for us. Huge bargain for us at this point. And, hey, gotta love seeing what with the defense thus far.
Yeah, he's been incredible, man. I like to see him get a pick. I think he's had 2 pick opportunities, hasn't gotten one yet, but yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. So that'd be nice. And
I'm gonna see who he's playing up against. Okay, so he's gonna line up against Neighbors more than likely this game.
Probably.
So that'll be an interesting matchup to watch, actually, for sure.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing too with this game, that you really got to find a way to lock down Neighbors. You got to find a way to lock down Wan'Dale Robinson too. This Cam Scatabo thing too, he is a weapon. Like, me knowing and living in Arizona, that guy is he is one of those players that every ASU guy just absolutely loves. Scatabo, oh, he's the man. Yep. Like, you got to go back to his bowl game, him throwing the ball, catching passes for touchdowns, running for touchdowns. The guy is an absolute weapon out there if utilized correctly. And he is a bowling ball. Some people call him the Juggernaut. He kind of looks exactly like the Juggernaut. Doubtful dude, boom, just barreling through people. So that's the thing with this game. You've got to go out there and look at Wan'Dale Robinson, Malik Neighbors, and Scatabo. Contain Jaxson Dart, because he can run and he's a mobile quarterback too. So we got to basically go after that. And I think this defense is doing a great job with tackling thus far and attacking the line of scrimmage through the defensive line and even through the run game with our cornerbacks. It's been great to see. Like, shout out also to Jarheeb Still. He's been a guy that's been getting some great open field tackles too. Got to love what this team is looking at. And this defense is one of the top defenses in the league in a lot of categories at this point too. So, which is great to see. And I did a whole video on just kind of our rankings of where we're at too as a defense. So it's great to see.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I know, just to jump into a little bit in the Giants. So obviously we've talked about it a lot. Jaxson Dart is out there. He is the starter at this point. Russell Wilson is trash. We all know that. I predicted that Jaxson Dart was going to start against the Chargers for his first start. Now, I will say one thing too. Chris Rim, who does a lot of the Chargers content on ESPN, he talked about on ESPN where our defense kind of was like, oh, so you decided to start him against us? Okay.
Right.
Accepted kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
You think less of us kind of thing? Because we'll show you who we really are, guys. So this is an interesting one where they decide to put Jaxson Dart against them. Like, I personally feel like they possibly should have went one more week and then say, hey, let's start them up against the Saints, kind of give them that game to kind of get things. That's a little bit
would have made more sense in my opinion. Yeah.
Because I mean, Jaxson Dart could get absolutely just destroyed in this game, and then they're like, what's next at this point, kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Like playing against literally the potentially top defense in the entire league right now for his first game. This is a rude awakening type of decision for him, you know?
Yeah. It's a odd choice, but I understand gun to head situation right now for Dable and Joe Schoen right now for the team. Right. They got to figure something out, and they have to go out there and try something at this point. Right. And Russell Wilson ain't that guy throwing it away on 4th down for them last week. Russell Wilson was just making terrible decisions. And they're like, hey, you know, it's only looking better from this point if we just try our guy Jaxson Dart, who is a very good quarterback, by the way, too. Ole Miss. Trey Harris was his wide receiver that he really targeted pretty heavily. And Trey Harris had a phenomenal season with him last year before his injury. He's a good quarterback. Do not sleep on this guy by any means. And I think the defense basically needs to just go out and attack him. My opinion, I mean, Andrew talked about it earlier in this show. We're going to play a lot of zone on this guy, but got to create pressure on him too. And I'm a big fan. If you're a rookie quarterback, attack him as much as you can, stress him out as much as you can too.
Right.
We're getting a lot of really, really hybrid type blitz, kind of exotic looking blitzes and everything too. And I think a 4-man rush should be fine in this game, in my opinion, especially attacking their interior O-line is where their weakness is at.
Yeah, we don't blitz that often, statistically speaking. We're one of the least blitzing teams in the NFL, but we're creative with the way that those 4 guys run, right? So they run stunts on each other. They'll just be creative and just do different things and kind of, mess up what that offense is doing. And again, remember, the defensive lineman's job is not really to necessarily get a sack, but it's all about block destruction. Let's take on 2 offensive linemen, right? Smash the guard in the center. you grab the right guard and right tackle, and then let the edge rushers do the work, right? Let them go to work. So, so it is an interesting, conversation piece, right? Just gum up the works, make it hard for them, make it muddy, and don't give them A gap or B gap or wherever they think the ball's going.
Yep.
Right.
I agree.
Well,
Crazy thing
for me though, when it comes to Jaxson Dart, is like, yes, there's a lot of just unknowables. Like, okay, great, he was good in college, but this is the NFL. It's a whole another pace. It's like you got much bigger players, you got much faster players. It's an unknowable with how good Jaxson Dart will translate into the NFL. So I just feel like, yes, it's with him starting against us. It's kind of just like, well, we'll see how it goes, but I'm very optimistic that he's going to have a rough Sunday.
Oh yeah.
I think he definitely will. And I'll even throw out one other little tidbit with their offense last year and kind of the reasoning behind Russell Wilson getting benched. Russell Wilson didn't even throw the ball to Malik Neighbors in the second half last game. What are you doing? Like, go after and throw to your best target on your offense. And
right.
It doesn't make any sense. Guarantee you're going to see Jaxson Dart just stare at Malik Neighbors in this game. Whoever basically is covering him, he's going to get the ball. Probably, I'm going to say it, of the amount of throws that he's going to have, he's probably going to be targeted 40% of the time, in my opinion. It's going to be a high level. And kind of why I'm saying that high percentage, because I think they're going to try to run the ball on us too, with Scatabo too. I think they're going to want to try to pace the game out because they don't want to basically put 40, 45 throws on Jaxson Dart like what they did with Bo Nix last year with the Broncos, which is kind of a ridiculous thing to do for a rookie. Force him to throw the ball a ton. They want to play a balanced game. So I think it's going to be about 25 type throws that they're going to have with Jaxson Dart. I think they're going to try to do about 25 different type run plays. And then they kind of figure out what the next 10 plays will be, either through run or pass situational type situations. So
could be some screens too. But the thing about the screens, I don't think the screens will work very well when you start running zone. The way we attack everything, again, the way the zone works really is you just keep putting pressure down. It's always down, always downhill. And then, you keep your too high safety up there. But the big one as well too is Derwin James, man. Like Derwin James, he plays the big nickel, right? So the argument is that, again, you can make the argument we don't need edge rushers because you have Derwin James. Derwin James is really considered an edge rusher at times. His pressure rate's 33% on the quarterback when he blitzes. So, in a weird way, you can rush the 4 and then just have Derwin James come down anyways, and you're fine, right? So, anyways, that's why people like Tony Jefferson and Elijah Molden and these safeties are so important, because you could let Derwin James be more aggressive up front. So, I find that conversation pretty interesting.
Right.
Yep.
And I don't know about you guys, but I am a little concerned that they use Derwin James so much. Like, and they rely on him so much, like, because he was literally the tackling leader, like by a long shot last game.
Yeah,
it was like 12 total tackles versus the next closest was like 4 total tackles that they had. And so it's like, hey,
yeah,
like,
he had an amazing game.
Played an amazing game out there.
Defensive player of the week,
yes,
too, by the way.
Absolutely, and he deserves it. But. Yep. I'm just like, hey, we need to make sure that the rest of our team is actually being up to par here, So yeah.
Well, there was a picture. Let me see if I can find it here. I took a photo and I was going to post it, but it might take me a while to find it here. So it was pretty interesting photo.
Yeah, I was talking about like what his snaps have been.
Yes,
his the last couple of years or whatever it's been. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. Here we go. The heat map. Yep.
So 300 snaps as a slot cornerback, 300 snaps as an offensive linebacker, and 200 snaps as a safety.
Yeah,
so that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's freaking crazy.
He's all over the freaking field, man.
Yeah.
It is pretty incredible to see what he does, but that's a thing that you got to love about a player like that. You could move him around all over the dang place, and he could be highly effective. Like, I love it when Derwin James is rushing the quarterback and he's just blowing up linebackers and just barreling through dudes. Like, I love watching that, man. And he's an absolute dog. Definitely one of my favorite players on this team for sure. And an absolute dog that I think Harbaugh talked very heavily about too in the last game. So
yeah, look at
60 burger, dude. How crazy would that be if we did that, man? That would be nuts.
Dude,
maybe see some Trey Lance out there this week.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
100%.
Trey Lance out there. Ooh wee.
Oh yeah,
things are looking good.
Hey,
Yeah,
don't get
like,
back on the
okay.
bus there, Dayball. We're done, dude.
Yeah. Dayball, you ain't gonna be able to get out of that stadium alive.
Yeah,
Put a
you're
60
toast,
on
dude.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna get shanked.
Remember, Andrew, when we were at the Giants Stadium watching a Charger game there,
Yeah.
and they were throwing bottles at us because we ended up winning the game in the end.
Oh, that was so crazy.
Giants fans would be doing that to basically Brian Dable, dude. They'd be like, "Where's the pitchforks and the torches?"
Oh
They'd
yeah,
be coming around,
dude,
trying to find this dude.
Trying to kill Frankenstein.
That Chargers game, like back in I think it was the 90s, they were throwing snowballs at people. Like in dude on the bench just got laid out because he got hit in the head. Just all of a sudden you see him just knocked out. Yeah.
Oh boy,
dude,
those G-men,
insane.
they ain't playing nice. That's for sure. I'll tell you that much.
They ain't, man. They ain't.
Yeah.
I know we talked a little bit about the D-line and everything too, but this is a nasty D-line. On paper, you look at it and you're like, holy smokes. Like this D-line is one of the top D-lines talent-wise for sure. It's just, coaching staff needs to basically make this happen, make this defensive line be much stronger than it is. So Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, and Kevion Thibodeau. Thibodeau. I have such a hard time with his name, but
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau. There you go.
Is the H silent? Why is it not Thibodeau?
Yeah.
Thibodeau.
Yeah. Who knows?
Thibodeau,
but fantastic D-line. Fantastic D-line to work with. And that's going to be a problem for this team. I mean, going back to what we talked about with the O-line and a lot of shifting going on there, is Andre James going to end up playing for Bozeman? Is Bozeman going to play only a couple snaps? Are they going to rotate players in? Are they going to bring in Zion to center, or are they going to put Andre James to center? Are they going to, and then obviously Jamar Sawyer is going to be right guard for us too. Is Pipkins going to hold up with his knee? So there's a lot of things out there that this line can be, if it's a key to this game, this defensive line needs to find their way to basically pressure throughout this entire game and make it hard on Harbaugh and Herbert and Omarion Hampton to basically do what they need to do. Now, it is kind of wild in that throw that Justin Herbert had in the last game where he basically avoided two people about to sack him, and he ends up rolling out to the left and having an absolute dart to Keenan Allen. That was a widely advertised throw throughout the internet, which kind of shows, holy smokes, Justin Herbert's unstoppable at this point.
Yep.
And which is incredible to watch. So, but this is the key to this whole game. Now go back to the defensive stats for the Giants. They are currently giving up 405 yards, 405.3 yards as a total defense. They're giving up 31st in the league. Next worst team in the league is Baltimore Ravens, ironically.
Wow. That's crazy.
And then they're giving up 252 yards in the air, which is the 5th worst in the league. And then rushing yards, they're giving up 153.3 yards, which is the second to the last in the league. Buffalo Bills are actually one of the worst against the rush in the NFL so far. Only 3 games, I get it. But the Giants are also giving up 27.7 points per game. So this defense is getting gashed. Like, if you get past this D-line, you could have your field day with this team pretty much. But yet again, the D-line is one of the worst against the rush too. So it's very catch-22 here at this point.
Well, and the reason why that is if you have good edge rushers, then just rush the ball right at them, right? Yep. It doesn't matter. You use their speed against them. And that's why I think you might see a big game for Omarion Hampton. I mean, this could be run the ball, pass it, pass it, right? So yeah, I mean, like we even said that when we talked about playing the Raiders, we'll just run the ball into Max Crosby, just push the ball right at him. He can't make every play. So yeah, I mean that's how you beat a good defensive line.
I agree, and that's the thing. Their defense ain't looking good. Period. At this point, so which is not a good look for them at this point. So,
well, and I'll give one other thought too on that is we are a play action team, right? So if we run the ball and we start making them go crap, they're starting to run the ball, then they have to creep the safeties up into the box, and then that gives us an opportunity to go deep. That's when QJ's open. That's when Ladd McConkey's open. That's when we get those deep balls out there. So I just think that that's going to be a big part of it, right? And Brad says, "Hey, can we run the ball?" I think so. we just got to get more aggressive. We got to stick with it. I think we kind of got off schedule on it a couple times too. So I think this could be a good game for us to go now. We're gonna run all over these guys. So
Omarion Hampton is just small little things that could have been big rips for him and explosive plays for him. So this could be that game where you're like, okay, Omarion Hampton's real at this point. This could kind of separate him from that whole rookie running back conversation too. So it's a big game for us on this one too. And Grandizer, I know you asked about Native. Yeah, there is a meetup with Bull Pride 602 for the game tomorrow. I'm a little unsure about it because I might have a little bit longer of a night where I might just end up watching the game at the house, but I might go to it tomorrow. But yes, there is a meetup. I did post it on our YouTube under our posts. Native on Ray Road, Phoenix, Arizona. Go on out to it. 10 a.m. start time for the game. So and then just to kind of just put a button on this stream. I know we're getting a little bit lengthy on this, but that's what we do. We give you guys extra time all the time around here.
That's right. Overtime, baby.
For free, baby. For free,
baby. So here's a picture of Jaxson Dart, Youngway Co, Joe Schoen, and Brian Dable by week 10. Not looking so good, guys. Yep. And get your Wiggins at Native too.
That's right. Get your Wiggins
too. But yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, like, I really don't even know if Brian Dable will even get to week 10, in my opinion.
No.
If they end up at 0-6, essentially I'm looking at these next 3 games for the Giants. If they look bad against and they get beat badly by the Chargers, they get beat badly by the Saints, that could be truly the nail in the coffin at that point. And then they play the Eagles after that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh. And then they play the Eagles after that. Then they go into kind of a bye week at that point. And that's where you kind of make the shift at that point for whoever's going to be the head coach for the Giants. Things could go real downhill with these guys. And it could be a very, very tough road for them ahead at this point. So we'll see. But once again, handle your business before your business handles you. Bottom line.
Ooh,
make it happen, Chargers.
That's a good bumper sticker.
That's
I like
actually
that.
Well, and that's from actually Exhibit. If you know the rapper Exhibit, that's from one of his songs. Mm-hmm. But it's a good life lesson here. But Chargers, don't sleep on them by any means. Go out there and handle your business. Play your game, which is basically, impose your will on them.
I like that. Well, I think, again, guys, I expect us to at least win by 10 points. I don't think this game will be super close. I do think it's going to be it better be a blowout is what I think. But, again, we'll see what happens. This is a desperate team, and desperate teams do desperate things. They're probably going to come out and be as aggressive as possible. Rookie coming into this league with arguably one of the best defenses in the NFL, it's going to be a rough go for this kid, right? So we'll see how it plays out. But I'll start with my final thoughts. Bottom line, again, I just think we definitely should win this game, hands down. Should not be a problem. But I'm excited to see. It should be a lot of fun.
Hang on a sec, bro. When did you switch your hats in the middle of the show? Did you just dip out off screen?
No, I just did it real quick.
I was like, wait. I just turned and looked. I was like, wait, that's not the right hat.
What the heck happened there? I mean, the black one's pretty dope, dude. It looks pretty good.
It is.
It looks great.
Yeah,
black hat works well, man.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, this game, like I said, I mentioned it on Wednesday for my show. I'm like, okay, guys, I don't call it a trap game for this one. It could be what I would call a recovery game. So because we do have some players that are hurt and stuff like that, so there is a real possibility that we could lose this game. And I wanted to say this: it's not going to be the end of the world if we do. Because they're an NFC team. It does help us, of course. The winning is winning, for the playoffs and getting seeded and stuff like that, But since it's an NFC team, we should be able to still have the leg up on against all the AFC teams, and like the playoffs are not going to be out of the picture by any means. So at this point, just don't panic if we end up somehow mysteriously losing. That's just the way I'm thinking right now. Going into it, I'm going to be very stoic about this game and stuff like that. I think we're going to win by far. Vegas has us winning by 3.5 points, which basically is
a big shift. It was 6.5 earlier. Whoa.
Well, it's everywhere. That's an overall one.
Wow.
So some people are saying 6, some people are saying whatever like that, but most people are. You're right. It's saying mostly 6. But I think, well, actually, yeah, that's interesting, actually. So one of them is saying that as minus 3.5 or whatever that, but but we may as well just say it's 7 anyways, because if it's 3, because the home team always gets 3 points or whatever on it. So it's going to be a win. It could be by anywhere from 7 to 10 points. I think we're going to win this game.
Yep. Yeah. And my final thoughts on this one is every game's big at this point. And these are those games that you don't want to lose. And these are the ones that you want to find a way to win. And to your point, yes, it's an NFC team, but hey, stack wins, stack wins, stack wins. Let that mentality of constantly wanting to win and impose your will on that team. Do not let them do what they want to do onto you. You basically impose your will onto them. Control the game as much as you can. And the thing is, though, too, Chiefs have a big game against the Ravens this weekend. And it's 1-2 teams at this point. That's a big one for both the Ravens and the Chiefs. And if the Chiefs end up losing that one, we end up winning. We're 4-0. They're basically getting buried further behind us, too. We're just seeing them in the rearview mirror at this point. So this is a big game regardless. I'm looking at every game as go out there and win. I do not care. Just make it happen one way or another. And so I'm looking forward to this one, too. Also, it's my birthday tomorrow, so I'd love to be able to see a Chargers dub on my birthday. So let's make it happen, guys. Let's go.
Happy birthday, Bolt Bro.
Ooh, let's go. I'm a Libro, dude. Libro here in the house, dude. That's what I always say.
Libro.
But guys, man, we're excited about this one, man. So hopefully you guys got some good information about the big matchup versus the Giants this weekend. It's a big one. And once again, the Bull Pride 602 does have their viewing party. There's been a lot of viewing parties out in, I believe, in the LA area too. And there's been a lot of Charger fans out there. And Pappy was even in the chat too. He's actually out in New York.
New York right now. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was the first time he's been back to New York since like 20 years or something crazy like that. So I'm sure he's having a great time out there and everything. So great to see that, man. So, but yeah, once again, guys, I'm excited about this one. Let's get it rolling, guys. And let's end this show, guys. So,
all right.
Okay.
Send us out.
Sounds good. Bolt Bros.
All right.
Bolt Bros.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast. Let's go.
Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night.